18s. This is the N14 with the single Vanos, and it is the one that had the class action lawsuit with the timing chain. This one did have the timing chain repaired at about 56,000 miles. It's currently at 86,000 miles or thereabouts. And it gave up the ghost. It was running one day, went to start it, wouldn't start the next day, no compression. So, looking like it slipped on startup. Seems to have crashed all 8 valves, or all 16 valves, excuse me. All 8 intakes, all 8 exhausts. So we're going to see how robust we can build this thing. We've got some novel ideas about what to do. Thanks for tagging along, and we hope you enjoy this series.
So, we're getting ready to remove the driver's side axle. We've got a big flat pry bar, and I'm pulling on the axle while Dad is attempting to pry it out of the differential. There is a C-clip snap ring on this, which we discovered later. It's at the very end of the axle shaft, so yes, you do have to pry or pull it out of the differential. This is the retention mechanism for the driver's side. At this point, we can give up on it. We'll wait for it to manual. To rid out the sockets for disassembling the passenger side. There's a bearing, which you can see right there, mounted to the engine case, or mounted to a plate mounted to the engine case. It's just having 2 bolts. Spin them out. Not too difficult to do. Remember, everything on this car is metric. Please use the appropriate sockets. If you are planning to go this route, it is the easiest way to go. One thing that we've already done here that you can't see, or that we didn't document, is we removed the front subframe. It's held on by like 12 or 14 bolts. There is one connector on the lower control arm on the driver's side for the auto leveling for the headlights. Please remember to remove that. Otherwise you'll break it like I did when we finally got around to putting the engine back in. We've also removed the exhaust by this point. So as you saw, once the 2 bolts are done, that axle just comes out. Literally, one person can pull it out from the differential. There's no clip in there retaining it. It's retained by the bolts on the bearing carrier. Now we're back trying to pry the driver's side out, because that's all we could figure. At this point, we still weren't sure. All the literature that we had read said the passenger side was the one with the C-clip, but it would appear that the C-clip on the passenger side really in the States is on the driver's side. If you're in England or Australia or South Africa, New Zealand, one of those countries that still drives on the wrong side of the road, then it will be the one on the passenger side. For everyone else that drives on the correct side of the road, it's going to be the driver's side. We're just pulling the bearing carrier, the backside off. That way we're not going to break it or damage the engine case or anything. That's just 4 bolts, comes right off. Also gives us access to the starter, so we can remove that. I'm just checking one last time what the manual says as to how we can finally remove that passenger or that driver's side CV shaft. Alright, so now back to the driver's side axle. We have figured that there is just a really stubborn C-clip snap ring in there, so we're trying to pick a fork, a hammer to see if we can jar it back into the groove. We don't want to damage the CV shaft, or the CV gently pulling on it to put tension on everything. And we're just broken up the big prep bar again and pulled. And there she came. Now, the starter is a little bit of a tricky thing. There are 2 or 3 bolts on it, one of which is pretty much impossible to see and is located on the top of the transmission. But what I'm doing right now is disconnecting the solenoid wire and solenoid control line and the main battery cable. When you do this, make sure that the battery is disconnected. I mean, we've pretty much pulled the battery out of the car at this point. Positive terminals off, negative terminals off. There's no way there was power to anything. But on the car, the frame is ground. All the wires, basically, are hot. You let the wire touch the frame, you're gonna weld something, you're gonna hurt something. It's gonna be a bad time. You're most likely gonna fry a lot of electronics. Pull at least the negative terminal. If you're going this far, you might as well pull both. And then because we had to get in and out of the vehicle after we were done, at some point, I don't know if I catch it, I do wrap that line in electric tape. Now, I'm starting to take the bolts out. There's E-type Torx holding this thing on. So the Torx pattern is on the bolt head and an extension off of the socket. You need to pick yourself up a few, preferably in the set, because they're used on everything, whether it's holding the starter on, whether it's holding the head on, whether it's holding the cams on, the sprockets on the cams. They are everywhere. Get a set, you'll need them. There's 2 bolts on this side of the starter, one on the bottom, one on the top. There's then a 3rd bolt that we found through a lot of trial and error. And a lot of just fighting with the starter on what is holding this thing on. Don't pry. There's a 3rd bolt. Unless you know where it is, it's really hard to find. So I've got both of them out now. I figured out why this thing isn't on. I've cut some of this video out. Turn to the top. It's going to be behind the thermostat housing. You're going to need to turn on the back side of the engine. Unless you've got the thermostat housing off, you're probably not going to be able to see it. I have a flexi-headed ratchet with like a 4-inch extension on a swivel to the socket, and that was the only way I could get to it, just due to the geometry and the space of the bay. Once this bolted out, it's really easy to get the starter out. Nothing's holding it in there. I think there's supposed to be one alignment dowel in the starter. The starter did not have the alignment dowel for whatever reason. We can make one later, but that will hold the starter up. I think it had it at this point and we lost it. But anyways, that will hold the starter in place. Duck underneath, and you pull the starter right out. Fairly simple if you know where everything is. If you don't, then it's a little bit trickier. Yeah, nothing. If you pull the starter, you pull the starter. We didn't know where things were because this was the first time we'd done this car. Quick little look at what the bolts holding the torque converter into the flywheel look like. And then you'll notice I have a ratchet on the crank pulley on the front of the engine, so I can spin the engine over to get to the next bolt in the sequence. You do pretty much have to use an impact to get those bolts free. They are torqued on there, something fierce. Torque them back to the similar spec, but we do that on the bench later. At this point, it was easier to get to them with the engine in the car than it would be to do it with the engine out. So as such, I'm doing it now. I think there's 6 or 8 volts. I don't remember off the top of my head. Double check. Make sure you've got them all. Spin it around a few times, way that you can see it. You're not going to hurt anything doing it slowly. You can spin the engine either way. It's not really going to matter. I'm spinning it clockwise just because that's how the engine's supposed to rotate. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. New videos will be aired every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. New streams at 9 p.m.